Schofield.
Welcome to the National IQ Test, the biggest live event of its kind in the world. Yes, we're back to examine the UK's IQ. Are you Albert Einstein or Albert Trotter? Also, IQs can improve, so a year on you could actually be a year wiser.
Now, if your score was a scandal before, then think of this as a sort of a resit. Did you score lower than your nearest and dearest, or worse still, were you beaten by the budgie? Tonight is your chance to put things right. Perhaps you've been following our advice and training your brain by doing more puzzles and crosswords. Maybe you've also tried perking up your grey matter with the odd glass of red wine. Or you've been eating a whole load of fish, said to be very good for the brain.
It still won't have Jade Goody winning Mastermind. Last time, some people weren't able to work out their IQs because they switched on late or left the room and missed some of the questions. So a reminder, you have to stick with it. You need to be with us from start to finish. Now, the 70 questions includes pictures and diagrams, and if your sight isn't brilliant, you really do need to do whatever you can to help you see the screen. Certainly glasses at the ready.
And there are lots of ways to play, all of them so easy, even I understand them. If you want to take the test online, and last year almost 100,000 people did, then log on to www.bbc.co.uk/testthenation. But don't dawdle, because the start of the test is not far off. Now, if you've got digital TV, then press the red button on your remote control and follow the on-screen instructions. This next instruction is very, very important. Remember, you cannot change channels at any time, otherwise you will lose your score. You can also take part using the scorecard from major national publications, or you can download extra copies from our website. And then, of course, there's the low-tech, the easy way, using an ordinary pen and a bit of paper. Just write down 1 to 70, and then your chosen option A, B, C, or D next to each number.
As usual, time is of the essence. 70 questions against the clock. Take the phone off the hook, put the cat out, send Granny to bed. It'll be very annoying if she scores higher than you do. Easy on the wine and the tea, because there's no time for loo breaks. Just to remind you, everybody, this is your own personal IQ test, but those who play on the web will also be contributing to a bigger picture, because you'll automatically be representing your region. Our computers will collect all the results, and in part 2 of the show, we'll be able to bring you a snap account of how intelligent the nation is. Remember, last year the men beat the women by 7 points. Quite a lot to make up there, girls. And the smart place to come from was Leicester. It scored highest. England and Northern Ireland were the top home nations. The Welsh came bottom, but they've been so tolerant of me, I'm not even going to mention that.
Now then, as well as families feuding over the answers at home, we have some highly competitive groups here in the studio taking the test tonight. Back from last year, when they came joint bottom out of our studio groups, we have our officially, for the moment, dumb blondes. They'll reverse it tonight, hoping to better themselves, of course. Will they be putting a spanner in the works of the mechanics? Will they hit the top notes here tonight? It's the musicians! They can earn a packet, but is a high IQ yet another bonus? It is the city traders! Have they got the brains as well as the brawn? Please welcome our bodybuilders! Who's going to argue with them? And no matter how well they do this evening, they are in for a hard time. Can they cope with us taxing their intelligence? It is the tax inspector!
Actually, I have to say, the tax inspectors look remarkably human. They do, really quite smiley. Are we surprised or disappointed? Anyway, what you guys and girls need to know is you can't add 17.5% VAT to your scores. And our final category of guests, 8 very, very brave celebrities prepared to parade their brains, if they have any, in public. Well, top marks at least for courage. Let's meet them.
Hoping her brain looks big in this tonight, from the Fast Show and Posh Nosh, it's Arabella Weir. He's quick between the oars, but what about between the ears? It's Olympic rower Matthew Pinsent. He's He's the BBC's diplomatic correspondent, but will he be reporting personal success tonight? It's Brian Hanrahan. Will she be as bright this Sunday night as she is on Saturday mornings? It's Fern Cotton. We know she has a way with words, but will we call her bluff? It's Sandy Toxvig. He presents Top of the Pops, but will his IQ be riding high in the charts tonight? It's Richard Blackwood. Does he have a healthy IQ? Fresh from Holby, Jeremy Edwards. And finally, a woman more used to coming first, world record marathon runner, Paula Radcliffe.
Welcome, one and all. How very, very nice to see you. Are you beginning to think, what the hell am I doing? Yeah. We are thrilled to have you here. No matter what happens this evening, we know that you're all incredibly brave just to be putting yourself on show like this. First of all, Paula Radcliffe, congratulations, obviously, on the marathon world record in London. Exercise. Thank you. Quite right, too. Exercise, of course, is supposed to be good for the brain. Do you think it's going to help you this evening?
I hope so. It's a long time since university, but hopefully it'll come back to me.
You think in numbers and not letters, don't you? That's what you've told us. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, I see patterns in things. I'm not very good at anagrams or anything like that, so I'm not looking forward to that section.
Oh, dear. Matthew Pinsent, of course, broke the World Pairs Rowing record last year, Seville, with James Cracknell. 3 Olympic goals. Welcome to you. The sportsman did really very well last year. Of course, Jonathan Edwards, he was actually the one that won. Now, you say you're bad at languages.
I'm terrible at languages. Absolutely useless. I had to do Latin, French, Spanish and German, and at different stages in my school career, and I hated all of them equally.
I love your face as you walked into the studio this evening. You had a brilliantly worried, more worried than I've ever seen you before as you walked into the studio door.
It's a bit nerve-wracking.
And welcome to Jeremy. Jeremy, you're good at maths.
Yeah, relatively, yeah.
Well, we'll see.
I like to think so, but...
But good at maths at school?
Yeah, I was good at school, but it's been a long time since school, so
Okay,
a bit rusty.
We'll talk to all our celebrities throughout the course of the evening, but of course I'm sure there are lots of other celebs about to play the game at home in the safety of their own living rooms, and if one of them is David Beckham, David will, of course, this evening be making it even harder for himself by answering in Spanish.
Oh, yes, indeed. We could say, hola, Senor Bex and Senora Posh. By the way, that's hello in Spanish. Actually, after the result today, I'm not sure the Beckhams will be going anywhere. Man United did very well. Anyway, tonight is going to be the biggest live IQ test anywhere in the world ever. They're lovely, this audience. Even more fantastic than last time. Lots of different puzzles and pictures to tax your brain, and so you can really learn some truths about your ability to think and reason. It's all thanks to psychologist Dr. Colin Cooper, or as I like to think of him these days, Superman Cooperman. He's devised tonight's test and is here to help analyse the results, and alongside him to give her views from Mensa, Sylvia Herbert. Welcome back. And you've now got a huge fan club. This guy's got T-shirts, mugs, probably offers of marriage, hasn't he?
Several.
Yeah, terrific. He's become a real idol. Remind us what IQ means.
Well, IQ stands for intelligence quotient, but basically what it means is a number from about 70 to about 140. And the higher the number, basically, the brighter you are compared with people the same age as you are.
OK. Sylvia, why should people do the test again?
Well, mainly perhaps because they didn't give it enough attention, didn't give it the attention it deserved last time. Maybe because they have taken some of the tips from last year that were mentioned earlier. And most of all, a lot of people really enjoy this. It's a bit of a challenge, but it's such fun.
Colin, you can get better, can't you? I mean, you could have been improved on last year.
Yes, you can improve your score a little bit, but you can't really take anybody of average IQ and make them into a genius. There have been plenty of attempts to try, and they haven't worked all that well.
Okay. But it's every good reason to have another go at it tonight.
Well worth a shot, yes, and because familiarity with the test actually lowers your anxiety, and you tend to do better the second time you take it.
Lovely. Okay, thanks. There are about 5 minutes to go from the start of the National IQ Test 2003. If you're playing on the web, it's time to log on. Interactive viewers need to press the red button on their remotes and follow the on-screen instructions. Everyone else at home should have their scorecards ready, or pen and paper. Your glasses if you need them. I should warn you, there are a lot of words and pictures coming up. So if you do have difficulty, it might be an idea, for example, to have someone standing by to read the questions out for you. Not always can I help by explaining things. Philip.
All right. Now, of course, if you can't remember where you left your glasses, then you probably won't do very well in our memory section, which is coming up a little bit later. Now, and I'm very pleased to be with one group returning from last year. It is the Blondes. It's amazing. 50 women and Rod Stewart trying to bang down the door to get in. Welcome to you, and welcome to you, Jennifer Wright from Hemel Hempstead.
Yeah.
You are a student.
Yes.
Currently in a gap year. Okay, and you're studying what? French and German?
French and German.
Okay,
Yeah.
and what's your geography like? You've been to France, been to Germany?
I have, yeah.
Okay. Found it all right?
Yes, I did.
Your geography's not so good in this country, though, is it?
No, it's not.
What happened?
I was meant to go to Leeds on the coach, and I didn't quite end up there. I ended up in Gatwick.
What did the bus driver say to you?
Well, he was really helpful. He just took one look at me and said, "Oh, well, of course you got lost. You're naturally that blonde, aren't you?"
You've got to prove him right.
I have.
Or wrong tonight, girls. It's all riding on you guys to dispel all these rumours. And you've come back. June Smith, you were here last time.
I was.
You were part of a bottom team last year. It was a nightmare.
Well, I'm aiming to be a top team tonight.
Well, we hope tonight that you do. Steady on, mechanics. Good luck, of course, to the Blondes. Now, we're also carrying out some other experiments with our groups tonight. First, research has shown that people who are big babies tend to grow up to be brighter adults. Isn't that true?
Hopefully, yes.
You are Louise Grimond.
I am indeed.
You are a big baby.
Reasonably large, caesarean section at over just under 13 pounds.
Who could be surprised that you were caesarean?
Yeah.
Let's have a look at a picture of you as a baby. What our audience here don't realise is that's actually a king-size double bed that you're in there.
Yeah,
How old were you in that picture?
I was probably about a month and a half to 2 months.
Bigger babies, brighter people.
Hoping to prove that.
They will be hoping that you are this evening. And on the other hand, of course, let's meet someone who was a lot smaller when they were a baby, and he's called Darren. He's over here. He's Darren, what's your name? Darren?
Darren Peake.
Darren Peake. Darren, welcome. We have a picture of you, Darren. Here's your picture. Little tiny skinny legs there. And look what happened to you. So obviously you apparently aren't going to do so well this evening because you were a smaller baby.
Well, I hope to disprove that tonight. But,
Well, I hope you do as well.
As long as you beat the tax inspectors, that's fine.
How many of our musicians here learn on the recorder? Anyone learn on the recorder? That horrific instrument, that screeching noise? Well, did you learn on the
I'm afraid I did, yes.
You did. Now, what's your name?
Jennifer.
Now, Jennifer, what is your job?
I'm a professional musician, flautist.
Okay. And you're playing in Les Mis at the moment?
I play Les Mis and the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra, yeah.
Okay. Now then, apparently, intelligence is linked to musical ability. So if you can play a musical instrument, you should be a lot brighter than the average person. So we're expecting big things from our musicians this evening. Let's see how musical you are. Away you go. Who's incredibly musical, there is someone who isn't. And the person who isn't musical is here. He's Scott Crown. He's in the mechanics. Hello, Scott.
You all right?
You are not a musical person.
No.
No. Okay. Let's talk about first of all your voice. Do you do any singing at all?
Not at all.
Nothing.
No.
Your family won't let you karaoke?
No, they've never
You
been
scare
there.
them, don't you? You scare your family. What about any musical instruments? Do you play anything like our friend over there?
I tried playing the guitar years ago.
And you gave it up?
Yeah.
After how long?
About a month.
Because you knew you were rubbish.
Yeah.
We'll be tracking your score as well to see whether or not you, as a non-musical person, are any better than the person who is musical. So good luck to the mechanics, good luck to everyone. Annie?
Just under 2 minutes from the start of the National IQ Test 2003. And already we appear to have a record number of people logging on, so it looks like it's going to be massive, with numbers way up on last time. Before we start, a quick recap of the rules. Remember, you need to answer all 70 questions. If you don't know the answer, then guess. Don't expect to answer all the questions correctly. You're very unlikely to, unless you're Superman, Cooperman, or Mrs. Mensa back there. And besides, if we're all that clever, there'd be no one left to go on Big Brother. The test is divided into 5 sections: language, memory, logic, numbers, and perception. Before each block of questions, there'll be an example. Don't press any buttons or mark any scorecards for that one. Now, Colin, what are we testing with language?
Well, we've basically got 2 new brand new blocks of items here. The first one basically looks at how well we can understand the meaning of simple words in a sentence. And the second one is all about, I'm afraid, anagrams.
Lovely, thanks, Colin. Good luck, everyone. Rev your PCs, pick up your remotes, brandish your ballpoints. It is the National IQ Test 2003. Right. Language first. Here's the example. Which phrase means the same as the following? There's no smoke without fire. Is it A, smoking is dangerous, rumours have some truth in them, think before you speak, or many hands make light work? Now, do the bodybuilders think they know the answer to that?
Well, let's find out whether the bodybuilders know. What's your answer?
It's B.
You're saying it's B?
B.
You're saying B?
B.
You're just saying that because he said B?
Yep.
Okay. What was it? I punched him then. That must be out of my mind. Right, okay. The answer is B. Rumours have some truth in them. Well, the bodybuilders look like they might do quite well in this. Anne, let's see.
Thanks. Now, that's the example out of the way. Now we play for real. 6 questions coming up on sayings. 25 seconds for each. Question 1. Which phrase means the same as the following? Look before you leap. Is it think ahead? Exercise involves the mind and body. You don't get anywhere without taking a chance. Or all things come to those who wait. Two, too many cooks spoil the broth. Does that mean revenge is a dish best served cold? Don't be too ambitious. Jobs get done better if one person is in charge, or too many people refuse to help. Three, they that dance must pay the fiddler. Does that mean save money for when you need it? Take care lest you forget to pay? Enjoy yourself when you are young? Or you don't get something for nothing? Four, you can't make an omelette without breaking eggs. Does that mean it's sometimes difficult to avoid hurting people? You should reason things out. At the start, it's difficult to predict the exact outcome, or act quickly. Five, don't put the cart before the horse. Is it change is inevitable? We all need help with difficult jobs. Take time to do things properly, or do things in order. And 6, a stitch in time saves 9. Does that mean you do your sewing early in the day? A penny saved is a penny gained. Prevention is better than cure, or things usually get better in time. And that completes our first block on language. Only 64 questions to go. The night is still young. We're testing language skills. Now, before the next block of questions, here's the example. Celebrities, I'll be coming to you for the answer. Make one word from this word, nip. Then find the related word. Is it needle, crab, plant, or circus? Arabella, you're a writer and comedian.
So
you
they
got
say.
that one right?
I think I have.
Go on.
Do you want to test me?
Yes.
Needle, circus, plant makes nip. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
No, dear.
Okay. Well, that was close.
Right, well, I'm glad we've explained
don't
it
write my
all
own
to
books.
Arabella. Listen carefully, Arabella, will you? The letters rearranged to form the word pin, so the related word is needle. And apart from Arabella, I'm sure everybody else got that.
Paying attention, yes, quite.
Okay, now you know how it's done, except for Arabella. 6 more questions coming up involving anagrams. You've got 20 seconds to answer each one. Question 7. Make one word from these letters, then find the related word. A rod. Is it handle, pavement, screen, or hand? Eight. Sob okay. Is it reed, garden, cat, or cup? Nine, the one word from these 2 words, ear gig, then find the related, ear gag, and then find the related word. Police, spider, duck, or car. Ten, word bleat, then find the related word. Paper, camera, mouse, or chair. Again, 11, make one word from these letters, then find the related word. And the letters make Tudor. Roof, salmon, pencil, or shoe. Again, make one word from opera lane and then find the related word. Is it beetle, fly, tenor, or castle?
There you go, that's the end of that section. Breathe, for goodness sake, breathe. We're with our tax inspectors here. It's the closest I've come to a tax inspector. This is, thank goodness, this is Alan Taylor from Hertfordshire. Worked in the Inland Revenue for 16 years.
That's right, yeah.
And how do you think you did on that block?
Rubbish.
Really? Yes. Oh, excellent. I'm so pleased. It says that oral dexterity equals a higher IQ.
Right.
Okay, so it's how good you are with your tongue is apparently how good you are with your IQ. You can do a little tongue twister, can't you?
I'll give it a go.
Go on, then.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. If Peter Piper picks a peck of pickled peppers, I've forgotten it. Could be
did all right.
stupid.
You're not going to do very well in memory, are you?
No, definitely not, definitely not.
And are this is Tony Hatfield here. Are men more honest with their tax returns than women?
Oh, I'd say women.
You would say that women were more honest when it comes to filling out their tax returns. But do you think this evening, because of course we have to say that the men beat the women last year, who's going to win this evening?
Definitely the women.
At the moment, it's the men! Oh, yes, the men are in the lead. Anne?
Right, the celebrities, are you enjoying yourself so far?
Kinda.
No, I think you're longing for tomorrow's bank holiday, aren't you? Jeremy, how's it going for you, dear?
Very well, thank you. And can I just compliment you on your lovely shoes? Do you want to lift?
Oh, yes, oh, aren't you nice? I love your shirt as well, look at them.
I bought a pair very similar to those for Rachel, and if I squint slightly, I swear you two could be twins.
Do you think I could be an S-Cup?
Absolutely. No, they're lovely, they're lovely.
Really lovely. Now, Richard.
Yes.
I adore rap artists. I fell in love with Ice-T in America.
Oh, okay.
I just needed you to know that.
No, I'm feeling Ice-T too. I got a few of his albums.
Have you got a bit of rap for us to get us going?
All right, I actually had to write it because, you know, I hope you don't mind. I mean, Ice-T writes his too.
Ice-T's wonderful.
He is.
Very sexy.
The light-skin, long hair thing happening. I'll be doing this thing on Test the Nation with a smile, but you know my heart is racing. Not because I'm scared or I feel like a punk. It's because short roads feel long when people feel that you're a dunce. Plus, Anne Robinson, I'm a man, but you scare me. Feel I'm looking to you when things get out of line to protect me. And as for the audience, when I get a question and you see there's a problem, help a brother out and cough like Major Richard Ingram.
Feeling quietly confident?
No.
No, you're looking a bit nervous. How nice to see him look nervous. Philip?
Colin, we're going to move on to memory. Can you just remind us why? What is this section all about?
Well, psychologists actually know quite a lot about memory, and because there's several different types of different memory process. Short-term memory, where we just remember things for a few seconds, and long-term memory, where we have to try to remember things for months, weeks, years, or something like that. And there's also evidence that words and pictures are processed differently and faces are different again and so on.
Does your memory get worse with your age?
Yes, your memory does get worse with age, but the good news is that this won't be reflected in your IQs, because you remember your IQ shows how you perform relative to people of the same age, and so those differences vanish.
Does your memory get worse with age?
Good one.
Oh, who should do well with this?
Good question, really. I'm not quite sure.
What about, let's have a look at our groups here, the people that you can see in the studio. Who would you expect to have the best memories? Tax inspectors have got incredibly long memories. Never forget anything. What do you think, Sylvia?
Well, people,
stick your neck out.
People who have to use memory in their jobs, really. And
you're going to say tax inspectors, aren't you?
Musicians.
I just knew it. We'll see. Annie?
I'd be very hopeful of musicians. OK, you really need to pay attention because this is the memory section. We're going to begin this section by testing your memory for words. Now, here's the example. What you can see is a grid of 3 pairs of words, 6 words in all. You need to commit those pairs of words to memory. OK, large cup, shiny handle, boiling pot. Have you done that? Good, because we're now taking that away, but still with the example and those 6 words fresh in your mind, here comes the example question. Which word was paired with the one below? That's large. Is it pot, yellow, cup, or house? It doesn't seem too hard. Who thinks they can answer that? How about the musicians? I've got great faith in the musicians. Don't let me down.
Well, Sylvia obviously has great faith in the musicians, so let's ask. What do you think?
Cup.
You think cup?
Yep.
Yeah. Cup. You think cup? Anyone think anything other than cup? No. You cowards. You wouldn't stick your hand up even if you did, would you? The answer is C, cup.
That was the easy one. Moving on now to the real grid, which is a little larger than the example. There are 10 pairs of words. You have 45 seconds to look at the pairs and take them in. This is useful because it's a genuine test of long-term memory. There are no questions about these pairs straight away. I will, in fact, be continuing with another set of questions first. Here comes the grid. Sulking elephant, pretty dish, huge trousers, happy dog, old house, tiny cat, long curtains, tattered dress, new plant, red car. Have you got that imprinted in your minds? Waiters and publicans really should be very good at this because they're used to holding orders in their head. And it's a test of long-term memory. You have to keep that grid in your mind for the next few minutes while we move on and test your visual memory. No one said it was going to be easy, but it is going to be fun. Settle down, everyone. Next up, a test of your visual memory. Again, an example coming up, a picture for you to study. Right, this is the question. What colour was the inside of each basket? Grey, brown, green or white? The correct answer was C. The inside of the basket was green. Just have another look. There you go. Now that was only a practice, so it doesn't matter if you got it wrong. Eyes down for the real thing. 6 memory questions, 10 seconds to look at the picture and another 10 seconds to answer the related question. Question 13. Study this picture. With a man and woman looking at what? Another picture, question 14, for you to study. How many planes had smoke coming from their rear? Question 15, another picture. And the question, which colour was just to the left of the yellow pot? (16), have a look at that. What was the number of the bus? Another picture for 17. How many pairs of lace holes were there on each shoe? (18), another picture. What was on the sign above the various products? Okay, now remember the grid of words you saw earlier? It's time to answer some questions about it. Colin, this isn't very easy, is it?
Well, that's what people said when we trialled the test around the country as we were developing it. But in actual fact, people actually did quite well at this next section, so it's not quite as tough as it looks, I don't think.
OK, we'll take your word for it. Remember, I can't show you the grid again, but I'm still going to ask you 6 questions about it. 10 seconds for each question. Persevere, because as Colin says, you might remember more than you think. Good luck. Question 19. Which word was paired with red? Was it dish, curtains, plant, or car? 20. Long was paired with what? Dress, curtains, car, or trousers? Tattered. Did it go with dress, house, plant, or curtains? 22. Happy. Is the answer dog, elephant, cat, or clown? 23. Old. Is the answer car, cat, house, or elephant? 24. Pretty. Does it go with cat, dress, dish, or plant?
'So there you go, that's the end of the memory section. How are our bodybuilders doing here? Do you have photographic memories, or like me, are you waiting for the answers to come back from the chemist? Let's see, let's have a chat with John.
Hi, Philip.
John Harris here. Hi, John.
Hi.
It's said that exercise improves mental agility.
I believe that to be true.
Do you now?
I do indeed.
Must
be true.
How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing quite well. I was good on the last round, but I feel it's getting progressively harder now.
And how long have you been training for?
15 years now.
Yeah?
Yep.
OK, we've got a picture of you, actually, John. There you go. That's astonishing. What's been your best win so far?
I'm the 2001 British middleweight bodybuilding champion.
Terrific, well done. Congratulations. Next to you with Elaine Bell from County Durham. You're a health and safety training officer.
Just a training officer.
You haven't always been a bodybuilder, have you?
No, I used to do a lot of long distance running.
So you were obviously a lot lighter. You had to be a lot lighter.
8 stone 4.
8 stone 4. Why did you take up bodybuilding?
I just wanted to put on weight. I was sick of people saying I was skinny.
We've got another picture. We've got a picture of you here. There you go. That's you. Would you like to know how the bodybuilders are doing? Yes. Do you think you're doing very well? Yes. Where would you put yourselves on the sort of scale? You put yourselves on top. Of course you would. Of course you would. And who am I to argue with you? But of course I'm going to, because I'm going to have to tell you that you at the moment are joint bottom with the mechanics. Plenty of time for improvement.
Well, that's good news, celebs. You're not bottom. Matthew, how's your memory?
Terrible.
Is it?
I'm in shock after that round.
Did you get... I mean, you were at Oxford.
Yes.
Did you get a good degree?
2-1, but last time I was on a programme with you didn't think
You were
I was
hopeless.
very good.
Absolutely hopeless. Jeremy, you have to learn lines. You must have...
Yeah, I actually found that OK. I was really nervous about it, but when it actually came to the questions, I think I remembered them all. Yeah.
But do you think your memory is good? Is it? I mean, it must be well practiced.
Yeah. I mean, I just keep everything in my head. Don't have a diary or anything. But I'm always late and I always turn up at the wrong place. So.
I hate that.
There you go.
Paula, how about you, darling?
Memory, yeah, I think I'm OK on. The visual, not so good as the actual long-term memory, I think. But I have to remember when my husband puts his wallet and keys the whole time.
Can't he remember?
No.
And tell me, when you're running, what are you thinking about? Are you doing mental arithmetic? What's going through your mind?
To keep concentration, I do sometimes, yeah. I will work out projected finish times and splits while I'm running and count to 100 as well.
Oh, right, OK. Arabella, dear, are you with us now?
I was thinking about something else at the time, but
What's your memory like?
It's OK. It just definitely worse since I've had kids, but it's OK.
Good. Sandy, how are you doing?
I'm still thinking about the fact that the bodybuilders are joint bottom, because I think at least it'll be an attractive one.
logic next.
That's right, and
Right.
the logic questions really...
I'm sorry, I have to interrupt because it's really exciting seeing all those T-shirts that people have got on. Do you like being an idol like that?
Oh my gosh, do you know I didn't see that? Oh my goodness.
Superman, Cooperman, come on, what's logic? Tell us about logic. Calm down now,
Okay,
calm down.
yes, right. Well, the logic questions are right at the heart of IQ, because we know from psychology that there are about 8 different aspects of intelligence. But the one that's most strongly linked to IQ are the logic questions, which is why we've got rather a lot of them in here tonight. So we've actually got 4 different logic or sets of logic questions coming up now. And the sort of thing that they all measure is logical reasoning, spotting similarities, following rules, all that sort of thing. And they're by far the most important aspect of IQ.
Who's going to be good at it, Sylvia?
Anybody who uses has to work out problems logically or sequences. So IT people.
I'm so pleased IT people are going to be good at something.
Hopefully mechanics, you know. Don't have your car done by them if they're not. Or the man who puts the tyres on my car last year did very, very well.
Did he?
Yes.
What, at putting the tyres on your car? Okay.
And
all right. Well, we'll see what happens. Don't despair if you're finding some of the questions tricky. You're meant to. The important thing is to have a go at answering every question, even if you just guess. You could be right. Besides, there are still more than 40 questions to come. Different brains are suited to different parts of this IQ test. The next section, ladies and gentlemen, is logic. Now, the first block in this section comes under the heading Complex Sentences. Eyes down for our practice question. The example, read the following statement and work out the correct answer. The answer is a vowel which is in the word rotate, but not in the word clothes. Is it A, E, I, or O?
Let's see how our tax inspectors do with that. Would you say that as a tax inspector you've got to be logical, a logical mind?
Definitely, yes.
And what do you think the answer is to that?
A.
You think the answer is A?
I think it's A.
Okay, and you think?
Yep, A.
You think the answer is A? The answer is, in fact, A, and let me explain. It's because it's the only vowel that appears in rotate, but not in clothes. If you did well in that, maybe you'll do well in the rest of the block, and here it is.
5 questions in this logic block. You'll have 25 seconds to answer each question. Keypads, computers, pencils, and remotes at the ready. Question 25. The answer is one of the letters A, B, C, or D. The correct answer is not a vowel, neither is it any letter that is in the word curdle. Question 26. Fish are often found in ponds. Harry is a fish. Dave is found in a pond. Which one of the following must be true? Question 27. Andrew is taller than Lindsay. Claire is shorter than Ryan. Claire is taller than Lindsay. Who is the tallest? "28. The answer is one of the letters A, B, C, or D. If the last letter of this sentence is C, then the answer is B. If it is D, the answer is A. And if it is anything else, it is C. "29. If Paris is not the capital of Germany, the correct answer is A, C, or D. Otherwise, it is B. If elephants are larger than cats, then the answer is not A. If it is warmer in June than January, then the answer is not D. No time to sigh. Let's move on. The next block in the logic series is called Odd One Out. You have to decide which of the 4 options doesn't fit. Here's a free sample for you. Which is the odd one out here? Guitar, violin, harp, or recorder?
Yes, okay.
City Traders. Got a
Well,
rough idea?
let's,
Never mind cheering. Have you got any idea what the answer is?
You've been answering very quickly. I've been watching you. You're answering very quickly in the last block.
I'm just guessing.
Are you? Just making up.
Yeah.
Is that what you do with people's investments?
Yes.
Is it? Okay. Okay, what's the answer?
D for that.
You're saying the answer is D? Say the
I'll
answer
go
is
for D, yeah.
The answer, you're
D,
saying D?
recorder.
Can I just point out someone? Can I point that bloke up there? In mechanics, he's got a... just go around there and have a look at him. The blue shirt right at the top. The last section, all he was doing was laughing. He laughed through the whole lot. The answer is D, because recorder is not a stringed instrument.
5 questions in this block, 10 seconds for each. Here they come. Question 30, which is the odd one out? Potato, radish, turnip, tomato. '31, which is the odd one out again? Draft, water, ice, steam. '32, the odd one here? Circle, square, oval, or cube. '33, which is the odd one? Wool, nylon, cotton, silk. Again here, litre, metre, pint, kilogram.
So we are halfway through the test, in the middle of the logic section. This is Faye Parker. Hello, Faye.
Hi, Phil.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Excellent. And obviously, lovely to have you here this evening. Better if you are here rather than watch it on the telly, isn't it? Because you're not so good with tellies, are you?
Not really, no.
No. Would you like to tell us about your TV repairman?
He, well, I called him out because my TV was broken. I tried everything, wouldn't come on. Called the man out and he said, it's on standby.
So you had a telly and you couldn't switch it on?
No.
How are you doing this evening, Faye?
Not too bad, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. You think you're doing better than last time, Blondes?
Yeah.
Definitely. We have a lady here. It's Helen Patterson, and they say that tidy desk, tidy mind, and you are obsessively tidy, aren't you?
Very meticulously.
In what? How does that manifest itself?
All my wardrobe, that's sorted into casual and then workwear. Then sorted into like trousers, dresses, skirts, blouses. It's then sorted into colour. I've got 700 CDs. They're all alphabetical. Apart from various, that's filed under various V, and then it's in title order. Soundtracks are slightly different, and the double albums are separate as well.
Throughout the course of the evening, we'll find out. We'll see whether or not the tidy mind has the higher IQ than the person who can't switch on a telly. We'll revisit you a little bit later on. Well done, ladies.
Okay. Brian, do you keep your skirts in different order to your shirts?
Could never find them normally.
Right. Now, journalists should be logical. Are you logical?
I'm considering a career change after this, I think.
No, seriously, you think you are logical? What's your greatest skill?
I should be logical. I should be able to work things out. But I have to say, I've got a logical question about this. How come I can do all the examples, but I can't do the questions when they come up?
That's because Brian isn't very bright. OK. Still in the logic section, and our third block of questions, analogies. Here's the example. Which word fits? Dog is to puppy as cat is to... Is it dog, kitten, basket, or lamb? Right. Celebrities now. Brian, are you looking as if you know the answer to that?
Lamb?
The answer, just for Brian's benefit, is B. A puppy is a young dog, so Brian, a young cat is a kitten. Okay? There are 6 questions along those lines. 15 seconds to answer each one. Here they come. Question 35. Light bulb is to electricity as watermill is to switch, corn, country or river. "36. Pen is to novel as scalpel is to operation, ink, doctor or pill. "37. Tooth is to dentist as tap is to hit, pipe, hot, plumber. "38. Icing is to cake, a sheet is to metal, glass, bed or pasta. "39. Sea is to salty as chili is to boat, curry, hot, pepper. Inoculation is to, this is question 40, inoculation is to illness as lock is to burglary, key, door or cough. It's just to help that. I promise you that cough wasn't intentional, right? This is the last batch of questions in the logic section. It's called shape analogies. The example explains what you do. Okay, here's the example. Now, mechanics. That should be easy peasy for you. Where are you? I'm looking at the wrong place. How could I forget, dears?
I thought what I'd do is, Anne, is to come up and have a word with the guy who was actually laughing all the way through the logic section. What's your name?
My name's Des Harding.
Okay, Des. Are you, when you were looking at that, you're going... What do you think it is?
It's C.
You think it's C?
It is C.
Okay. You're saying it is C?
It is C.
It is C. Right, let me explain it to you. For the example here, the shape increases in size, so the small pink circle is to the large pink circle, as the small turquoise square is to C, the large turquoise square. Well done! He may be laughing, but he got it right. Well done.
Okay, 6 more shape analogies coming. 15 seconds per question. Here they are. This is question 41. Question 42. Question 43. Question 44. And question 45. Question 46.
Right, we are now more than halfway through the test. Celebrities, this is not a team event. There's just a little chatting. I won't say who, but there's just a little chatting going on here. Jonathan, you do a lot of crosswords and things. Is it helping you at all? Mental agility?
It should. Yeah, we do. When we're waiting to go on set, we have a lot of time, spare time. We like to do crosswords. But no, that last round was just... My head is now ready to explode. That was unbelievable.
And Sandy, it's,
Yes.
the experts reckon that men tend to be more logical than women. Do you agree with that?
No, that's ridiculous. If men were more logical than women, they'd stop and ask directions when they're lost.
How are you doing this evening?
How am I doing? I feel I've taken some very strong cough medicine and gone into a strange place.
What did you think was going to be your strongest section here?
Well, probably the language thing. As soon as we get into the numbers, I'm going to be looking over there to the tax inspectors for a bit of help.
Paula, Anne was already talking sort of about the use of maths within athletics. You know, you calculating split times and things.